everyone, it's Julian. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make Brutalismus style hard techno. The sound is blowing up, and today you're going to learn everything you need to know to make it. To go along this video, you can get the full project file, samples, MIDI presets, entire templates available at the top of the description on my website. Definitely go grab that so you can follow along and make the best track of your life today. And let's dive in. So first off, we're at 160 BPM. Honestly, a bit faster than a lot of hard techno, but you know, it's got that nice. And the first thing we got here is the kick. So this is one of my kicks from my Ultimate Hard Techno drum library. I basically just shortened it a little bit at the end and then done a subcut here, right? With these kinds of kicks, you know, you really just want to start with something really high quality. We're cutting out a bit of sub so there's not too much coming off the kick. And then we have the bass line. So this is just a standard, nice, plucky trance bass, right? You know, we're in the key of C minor here. So as far as music theory goes, we're doing root note, minor third, sixth, and then fifth. And the thing I'll say about this is we can talk about that, but really it's the call and response. It's like the call and then the response. Right? So as far as the actual sound goes, we're using drift here. So I wanted to use this because drift is actually available in every version of Ableton, even like intro, I'm pretty sure, right? So it's a really versatile synth. It sounds really good too. Here what I'm doing is I've got two saw waves, right? Pretty simple stuff. They're at the same octave. Going into a low pass, we got envelope 2 on there, which looks like this, right? It's a very short pluck, and then the volume envelope is just nice and full. Then we've just got actually a little bit of the slap lo-fi. So here's without this. With it, it's a very subtle reverb, but it's just giving it kind of like a little bit more life. And this erosion to kind of make it just a bit crunchier and a bit more raw sounding. We're doing a bit of a subcut to get rid of any annoying sub frequencies that would just be, you know, too much of like a in the mix and not really actually helping things, but just making it muddy. We are also converting the bass to mono, and then I'm sidechaining this because of that reverb tail, right? Then we've got this screech. So what we're doing here is, you can see, yeah, it's playing the root note. You can hear it just kind of drones on one note while the bass line's changing. Sounds very good. It's like a nice melodic way to use this. The other things you notice, I'm not filling up the whole bar with screeches, right? There's like, it's got like this little moment here to breathe. Very important, you know. You don't want to just fill it up with but actually like give it a moment where you can hear the bass line breathing, right? Now for the actual sound on this, it's made with wavetable. We've got two saw waves here, detune, and we've got a ton of unison. So you can see it's on the noise setting, and both settings are all the way up. And the only other thing is the pitch envelope inside of wavetable. Now, I could tell you a screech is a super saw with a pitch envelope, but there's definitely a lot more magic to it. You got to play around with this a lot. You'll notice it's at a very low amount, and then I'm still bringing down like the actual ceiling of this quite a bit, right? So these screeches, that's really the magic. It's just like, you know, put the time in and listen to that pitch envelope and really tweak it, because you can see as soon as I start changing it, you know, it can pretty quickly turn into like an EDM synth, right? So we've got a bit of overdrive after that, and then just a sidechain. Then we have this vocal chop. So I wanted to show you guys a new method of doing these Brutalismus style vocals. What we're doing here is I've got this. That vocal, I did slice the new MIDI track on 8th note, just like that, and then it's just going like these little chops. I'm just taking, and I pitched everything -1 as well. All you have to do that is you can just do it on one of them and then copy value to siblings. So yeah, it's a pretty simple thing, but it's really just that chopping and then giving it the like, the dun like that. The other thing that I think really is important for getting these is the distorted delay. We've got a bit of delay, and particularly like an analog delay like this. So we got this echo here, and then we got distortion after it. So the whole thing becomes nice and crunchy and flavorful. And then we've just got a bit of sidechain. And the last synth here is this pad. So it's really simple. What we're doing is basically like two melodies at once. So we got this, like G sharp into G like that. And then there's this, that melody as well. So musically it's sixth into the fifth. And then down here it's root note, minor third, ninth, and then minor third again. And it just creates a great musical counterpoint to the main progression. Right, and a lot of tension in there. Now for the actual sound on this, is made with wavetable. The way you do these is it's a saw wave with the noise unison all the way up. So actually very similar to the screech, but just without the pitch envelope, right? A pretty good amount of reverb, sidechain, and then high pass this because you don't want to get in the way of the bass, especially since it pretty much plays the whole way through. Then we have the drums. So the drums are actually going to be pretty simple, right? Because if you listen to all these synths and the vocals and that, you know, it seems simple, but there's actually a lot going on. So to then go and add a whole bunch of background percussion is not really going to work. It's going to clash. So you notice everything's very simple and kind of like light and not really fighting with the synths. You know, we just have a nice fat 909 hi-hat. Some closed hi-hats, which are being filtered, so it's taking, you know, even more out of the sound so it doesn't get in the way. And then just like a little snare that doesn't really get in the way too much, but still hits nice and hard. You know, and again, that's all the drums you really need, because when you have all these synths, it's going to already be so much filling the frequency spectrum. And yeah, so that's going to be it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed. As always, make sure to like this video as well as subscribe. Let me know what you think of this video in the comments. Make sure to grab this full template at the top of the description on my website while it's available. Thank you so much for the support, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video.